Ignition Series. The Odyssey qualifier continues as Disses and Condemn are currently brawling with one another. Condemn, as you can see, with 3 rounds already secure. Henlo doing pretty darn well with 5 kills, and this is John with 4. It's starting to seem like we're going to get some echoes of our previous game, which, yeah, we've been seeing some pretty heavy mismatches so far. We've got the Marshal there for Kens, for Disses, maybe looking to get this pick off because it's Sheriffs entirely for the Disses team. Though it is worth noting that there was a team member there, Jet, who did actually have a decent amount of kills in the bank. So we've got the advance onto the C point from Condemn. The smoke going to be dropped to try and disrupt the entry as the Sheriff hit from Enero does get the 1 kill before Yanakel trades it back. Lux with the advantage, and it's actually going to be Disses on their Sheriff round that they may be able to break through with. Infinity, of course. And Tien from the back. Nice play here. And the pickup on Dokoro as well. It's now 4. Make that 4 versus 1 rather than 4 versus 2. Henlo taken to pieces. And it's the economy round for Disses that gets them back into the game. Amazing stuff. You can see there, Tian, definitely the highest performer there, now is going to be awarded with the greatest symbol of trust a team can give a player. That's the operator in hand, while the rest of the squad pick up the Phantoms and a Vandal to boot as well for Nero, who's the second highest fragger. All the other members of Disses with only a single kill to their name means the rest of the squad needs to step up to be able to take this 1 round win and maybe spin it into something bigger. Kens does get taken out though straight away. The showstopper from Yanako comes in onto the point and takes Tian out as well. It's gonna be a pretty tough round to defend here. Let's Condemn. They've got the major advantage. The Hunter's Fury will almost tag up Lux there. Unfortunately, the following 2 shots are wide of the mark. Triple kill for Yanako as they step up for Condemn here. This is down to a single member, that Raze. Last one standing as the point is filled with terror. Lux, that Disses player, the last one standing, will flee for the hills knowing there's no way to take back this round. I take it back. Lux returned, and Lux, like all the others, was torn to pieces. Yanakal with the quadruple kill in that last round is certainly sending a message to everybody else. They are not to be trifled with. Yanakal now topping the scoreboard, the most kills of anyone, and only dying 2 times total so far in this match. Tian is still entrusted with the operator, while you can see Infinity is going to be just down to that Sheriff once again. This is, we need to see a return to more of that form from before. Nero defending the C point. We know this is where Condemn are going to be coming from, and that's a good early pick-off. So 5 versus 4. Still stacking up on the C point. It's Condemn, as we can see. And a little exchange, and Arrow with a nice second pickup as well. Yanakel taken out. That's a big hitter. Of course, Yanakel resurrected just before that, and then immediately put down. So that's the ulti burned with 1 minute left on the clock.
Deploying drone.
Seems to be that we've got the advance through the garage happening here for the Condemned squad, as they will take a little bit of explosive damage, but still able to take hold of the point. A split defense from Disses, and it looks like they've got more members over the A point than the C, which is going to be the focus of aggression for Condemn. Making the right choice here. Charging forwards. Here it is, and Nero is in the right place, right time. Pre-fires, but can't quite get the job done. Lux does grab 2 though. So it's now 3 versus 2. Tien comes in. Scrox grabs hold of the kill. The Blaze Storm is here. You've got to fire it. You've got to make it happen. The refresh is there, but can't see the target. Up in the air, down in the ground, and the disarm as well. This is managed to pull off a nice defense into a nice retake. Condemn lose out hugely, and this is our back in contention.
Yeah, and with that fight, I am back.
Hello!
Hello. And that was quite an enjoyable fight to be watching, as we just see the domination here from our attacking team.
Yeah, I mean, well, Yannikel and Tien both now tied on 8 kills apiece, so we've got the star players established even so early on into this one, as it looks like our feed might be having a little bit of a hiccup. There we go, back up. It's fine. Everything's fine. It feels like it's the rest of the squad, of the Condemned squad, who are really being the difference makers here when you've got, you know, 2 really, really strong carries on each squad, but then the rest of the team can't quite match up. There's Tian getting off the sniper shot. Infinity is creeping around the side. Perfect place to be, but does get flanked across. It's still a pretty strong showing there as it's now 3 versus 2. Anero getting a nice job done out on the flank. But we have got Condemn up on the point itself. Looking down at Tian with the operator. Nice and shiny. Hoping that someone will step out from hell. Scrox around the corner will get spotted out, and that's going to be another complete wipe. Condemn, I think they're making their way back into this one.
Yeah, with that fight, it is really pulling themselves back, and it's just a tug of war here to see who can keep it on their side. Back and forth, they're going to keep going until one team manages to just take it and hold it.
So Yannikel is still in the lead, but Anero is also stepping up for the rest of the squad. We can see Anero, Lux, Infinity all getting some kills of their own, trying to take some of that burden from their big carry. Tien, of course, will still be a major concern. Scrox and the rest of the Dis is army trying to make the advance up towards the garage. I think they are going to get spotted out early on, though.
Yeah, with that use of the recon bolt, they are going to be seen, and anyone who peeks is going to be spotted, and it's going to give really important and valuable intel to the other side. Just knowing where they are, they can set up really powerful setups, and Infinity just hanging around, watching, make sure no one's coming through that B site, using their wall, just hold them off, while we have an operator watching, and pop goes the weasel. 2 down.
Third time's not quite the charm, but Infinity still able to step up, conceding control of the B point for just a second. Scrox round the corner, can't quite hit it. It's going to be classic, beats out the Sheriff as This Is John comes through. The dance in the air is not enough to double kill with the Sheriff. The last one standing for This Is Army, looking to try and punish Condemn, but ultimately can't salvage the round.
Yep. Despite how powerful that wingman is, the fact he got that amazing double kill right then and there, I don't think he could have managed to bring down the rest of the team just with the wingman. Especially not up against automatic weaponry, but it was a hell of a try.
Yes, this should do.
So looking at those credits, we can see that things are looking a little bit shaky for Dis's army after a really, really strong start to the game. They've got fully equipped inventories for this round, but if they fall down here, Condemn, I think they might actually really start to take over the game with their superior equipment.
Infinity hoping to catch someone out there just with that random fight into that little nest, hoping someone's there to take the hits, but no one was there, and Tien is just standing there with that operator waiting, patiently waiting to see if anyone comes out. But it looks like it's going to be another push into B site as they try and damage that wall. Infinity healing themselves up after taking some damage. It's a big push in, potentially into B site, as Enro goes down and takes down Koro, getting that kill, just weakening the opposing side and potentially getting the chance for a flank as they push up into garage. And Lux taking out Young Kill, just missing out on the chance to get the kill there, but it was a good attempt and a good fight as Enro holds down C-Long and waits to see if anyone comes, moves off C-Long just as someone's potentially going to come into his line of sight, and as they go on through, he's not there watching anymore. He's moved. If he'd stayed there, he might have gotten kills, or he might have gotten killed. But they are looking up C-Long, looking to make that big push in. And everyone's making their way over to C, knowing that's who they're going. And the Resurrect up. It's now 5v4 this match.
Firing through the teammate there is Scrox, showing it no mercy whatsoever as they come charging onto the point once more. This is Army. They have to win this one. It's 3 versus 3, so Spike is going to get planted there.
Henlo making his way around behind. He's got a perfect flank here. That's 1. Ah, he missed his chance, but he's going to get it, and he opened the door for Koro to get that final kill, and managed to get that as they pull out their little fist knives.
Hey, there's no better way to say hey than to say knife to meet ya. And give him the old
knife.
Exactly. I'm glad we're on the same page. So we can see Henlo is going to be getting a hold of the operator for this is Army, whereas Tian is there ready with the operator of their own, though interestingly only half armor coming into this round.
Yeah, I'm guessing they weren't quite able to afford full armor with the purchase of that operator, so they're going to have to settle for half armor, which is going to weaken them considerably against their teammates and their opponents. But that operator, well, you just need to get 1 hit and it's a kill. But will they be able to hold it or not? And a little hop over. I always wondered why people jumped everywhere, and now I know why. That hop over those tripwires to make sure they don't know they're there.
Holy moly, a Nero round the corner, instant combo into the orbital strike. This is John is sent back reeling in disarray. This is Army were not expecting the instant double kill.
And Tian's now sitting there with her Blade Storm, getting ready to send them out, and that little hop over from one high point to another. Just keep that overwatch and keep it ready. But it looks like they've given up on pushing into B, and they're now moving across into C. Scrox is coming up through the little nest, hoping to get someone out, and manages to catch Infinity out and pops out her slow, seeing if they can get anywhere with it.
Tian with the Blade Storm, knife from off the side, but no, Tian won't get the second kill. Will be taken out by the very operator that they intended to wield. An arrow is there though, round the corner. Henlo, they don't know what it is. They do now. In the air, an arrow plucks from the skies. But you can't go full of disarm. Actually, you can't go disarm because the bomb hasn't even been planted yet. But Henlo, the last one standing, is there to grab hold of the spike, but without enough time to make the plant.
But they did win that fight in the end because it was a full team wipe. They managed to bring down the entire opposing side with that operator. Henlo proving me wrong. In a previous match, I said that operator is real weak close range. But close range, he still managed to get 2 kills and run away without really being touched.
It's not just Henlo, but Yanakel as well. Or not Yanakel, I suppose. Both with 11 frags so far. So, you know, for the Dis's Army, they've got the strong sniper at close at long range. But they've also got the assault style player to get up close and personal with Condemn.
Yeah, and with that fighting style, they are able to just get real close and handle it. And with that cyber cage, they got... Unfortunately, Ken's got caught out by his own cyber cage, which has left his team in a real sore position as they get neural thefted into oblivion.
And Arrow is up on high, up in heaven, trying to salvage the match as the sheriff shots come through. Now she's the barrier to deny a little bit more time for Condemn to maybe steal a few kills, but it's 5 versus 1 now. Up in heaven, there's only one way out, and that's through the ground.
Yeah. When you're in heaven, you can only go up higher into heaven as well, as you get shot by about 3 different people all at once.
Yes, it was a quick fall from grace.
Yep. That was a real good fight and a good attempt there from Enro, but unfortunately Henlo managed to just start cover that and just hold that line so well. There was nowhere he could really go. But this seems to be a very solid round for Dis's Army. Just holding them off, getting on point, and just pushing together really solidly as a team.
We've got an attempt to move up towards mid. Tian and Lux grab 2 kills for themselves. Scrox taken out last. And suddenly, just like that, Condemn. They're cornered animals here, and they keep striking out and taking kills we wouldn't expect. Yanakel's around the corner, misses the showstopper as well. This could be disaster for Dis's Army.
Yep, especially with the use of that neural theft getting them, and the spike is now under their control. So they're managing to get that early catch with TN, managing to take out Henlo, the most dangerous opposition they face so far, is really powerful. But Koro is coming through. Will Koro be able to handle it, or will they fall? It's now 3v1, and I've seen 3v1s come out on top, but at 9 health, I'm not sure Koro can manage this fight. Having to try and sneak away and see if he can either survive or move to a different spot as they all reload, get ready, and get healed up, ready for the engage. And, oh, he's running around to C. He's hoping to maybe get them, catch them off guard by setting himself up in C by sprinting over there, but they have a less distance to travel as they sprint over there to try and catch him out.
Yeah, smart play from Dis's army to try and salvage a game. We know how dangerous Koro is. 1 versus 1, you need to bring the numbers to bear. The spike has been planted, so Infinity round the corner. And there it is. There's the headshot that will finish off the job. Condemn. A big pickup for them after a strong start to the round.
Yep. That was a good solid fight, and it seems like they can pull them out every now and then. They have managed to drag this game back to level. So whether those first few rounds are just they're not the best early game, because I know there are a lot of teams who struggle early game with pistol only rounds and things like that, or whether or not they're just pulling it back this round. It looks like both teams are having to go for an econ round this round, with both teams going pistols only once again.
You can see they can barely manage that. You know, the credits are basically empty on both sides of the board, so winning out here, particularly for Condemn, should allow them to finish off the first half pretty strongly.
Yep, this fight is going to be really the make or break of this engage and whether or not they come out so close or so far from the victory. This is the last round fight of the half. Oh no, I think we've swapped sides. Sorry, that's why we had the sudden change. We're now on the opposite way round.
Oh, of course. How silly of us. Turns out we just can't count. And that makes all the difference in the world. As around the corner, Henlo does manage to get a nice headshot off there, but Ken's with the ghost. Just a little bit too tricky to deal with. Interesting investment from Koro to get hold of a spy cam this early on, but it does give the information without having to expose themselves.
Yep, by popping off that spy cam, he does have that entire line of sight covered. As Tian hides down low, waiting to see for the rest of the team so they can push in as a group. Because so far we've seen that's the most dangerous way to push in. A lot of people say push in, split around and go in, but pushing in as a big old group just seems to do big damage overall as Smoke's getting ready to be dropped down and cover their push. And Koro not catching that dive out from Tian.
Yeah, unfortunate. Just dropped out of the camera at exactly the wrong moment to not see the brute force approach by Dis's army breaking onto the point. We have got a player up in heaven looking it down from above. It's Lux. No, sorry, Yannikel, who's going to be up there and able to dish out the damage.
Yep, Boom Buddy going out, just trying to catch anyone as they try and defend from heaven. As this is John goes in, but one tap by Enro. And Lux bringing down Yannikel as they run away, hoping not to get caught out by the Kaboom Boom.
So, Tian remains pretty darn strong, up 16 kills. And it's going to be bringing out something a little bit more traditional. The sniping duties falling to Ken's instead. Tian's going to be rocking out the Vandal.
Yeah, and with Dis's army having to, you know, stick with just pistols this round again, it seems. It looks like they're going to be at a big disadvantage this fight, but is it going to be like last time where they're at the disadvantage at first but pull it back? Or is it going to be just a straight up fight to the end?
This is John hiding behind the garage doors. Of course, those paint shells are hard to deny. Not quite enough to get the kill there, but enough to strip them down to minimal health. B point seems to be the assembly. As Tian is lurking. Here we go.
Henlo being just as scary with that pistol as he is with the sniper, but Ken's just showing why he was given that Marshall, just taking out person after person with accurate shots, just stripping away their health. But both teams now can afford to get the rifles, as Dis's army gives themselves a full kit of assault rifles versus the slightly weaker choices of rifles, but I think they're keeping them for another round as they go for Spectres and Bulldogs. Oh no, Phantoms popping up as well. So we're going to be seeing a almost fully equipped fight as Kens saves another round, probably hoping for the Operator next.
Yeah, interesting choice from Condemn not to go full, to go for full equipment here, to give themselves more outs if this round does go sideways. We have got Dis's army. Gonna be met with ultimate force. Tian. That's a big takeout there. Yannick, one of the big carries for the squad.
Yep, with that takeout, they've also not just taken them out, but made everyone wonder, where are they? Because they've pushed into Garage, so are they going B or are they going C? But they've just swapped it around and they're now running off elsewhere to try and get a different type of game as Tian and the rest push up through A short. Koro's waiting there for them. But he's not going to catch it. Is he going to get caught out by that again? No. The paranoia saving lives. Oh, if he'd lined that up better, he could have potentially gotten a double headshot, but they managed to just dive through quickly. The recon bolt catching everyone out there as This Is John is now stuck up high with no way through, stabbing his way through the wall. And just everyone's being held down. There's nowhere really to go. The double shock dart almost bringing down someone, but Ken's managed to get the headshot, and that's a win for the attacking team.
Alright, so we're getting close to the point now with Infinity. Looking exceptionally good here. The entire squad looking exceptionally good. Infinity on the lower end of that, of course, but the fact that the lowest performing member of the squad is still, with 7 kills, is barely behind the other 2 members, I think it's a really good sign for Condemn going forwards.
Yeah, the fact that it's not just a huge one person with 17 kills and everyone else with 4 or 5 shows that they're all able to hold their own at the same level, which means that if one person gets wiped out, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, you might lose your pinch hitter, but you're still going to be able to, get some good kills, wipe some people out, and potentially win a round, even with losing that big scorer.
Alright, so we can see there's a little bit of damage onto Koro from This Is army. But nothing that a little bit of Sage Healing Orb can't fix up, as Scrox will be heading their way back up. So you can see we've got the split across. Most heavily defended is the A site, and that's the right choice with This Is army, because Condemn are coming in force.
Yep, Ken's bringing down Koro, and Scrox knows they're there, but with a pistol, what really can you do? As This Is John comes around again, sending out all his abilities, trying to find out as much info as possible. But are they going to be ready for Tian coming around the back? And does Tian know there are people there?
They do now. Yannick is gone, but the general of the This Is army is still up. Still with the sheriff around the corner. We know that's almost an instant kill. And it will be. John grabs hold of the kill. And Henlo grabs another. Suddenly, it's going to be a heck of a lot more even. It's still 2v1 with Henlo the last one standing for the army.
Yeah, with that 3v1, Henlo really have to pull it out, but that's going to be real hard to do against a team that's just done this well. Both teams are fairly even, so having a 1v3 seems almost, I won't say an impossibility, because nothing is impossible in a game, but in 2 teams that seem to be almost evenly matched, you're going to really struggle in a massive group versus 1. But,
I mean, for Condemn, it's looking a heck of a lot better than it was before. When Condemn's second strongest player, Enero, is performing as strongly as This Is army's strongest player, Henlo, you know trouble is a-coming.
Yep, with both teams just doing their best to keep hold, we're just having to see each individual player's strength shining, because on defense, while it's still a team game, you find a lot more it's one player versus multiple. Because you're holding a point on your own while your teammates are elsewhere, and you're going to potentially have to go up against 2, 3, even 5 people, all on your own. So just that ability to see who can hold that really shows the skill of each player.
Yeah, it's very tough when you're on the defense all the time, especially if you don't see the attack coming. And it seems to be that could be on the menu here as Condemn. They're making some overtures through. The orbital strike takes Yannickle out entirely. It's going to be a brutal push onto the C site, sweeping aside the Dis's army instantaneously.
Yeah, and with that neural theft, they know exactly where they are. And they're going to just hold it as best they can, as Tian shows just how dangerous they are with that sniper, catching heads and ending the Sage's life.
Ending this whole darn career. All at once, Dis's army, they are in disarray. They're forced back as far as possible on the map. That was such a strong, aggressive push from Condemn. I'm no surprise at all that Dis's army couldn't stand against that kind of tsunami.
Yeah, Henlo has hidden back and dropped a dark cover, hoping to maybe catch someone on the other side as they just fire through randomly. And they can just go for the kill. But Henlo gets caught out by Lux coming from behind. It's just Koro left alive, hoping to keep his gear. And he doesn't, as Kens gets him. That's a full team wipe, which is expensive.
It's not just a full team wipe, it's a clean performance there from Condemn. Just terrifying stuff. We can see there's still a little bit left in the Dis's army kitty to be able to afford some weapons, but I think it's going to be cheaping out for the time being. Because right now, Condemn, they've just done too much in the previous round to be stood up against directly again.
Yep, and that economy is just completely one-sided, with the lowest amount on Condemned being still 7,000 credits, which is enough to buy an operator and still full kit, versus 3,000, which is barely enough. And Tian, with the minimal sightline, taking out Yannickle, and just, how do you challenge that? That must be absolutely terrifying, just standing down watching that red tracer go straight through and wipe out one of your teammates, as Scrox does their best hide with that shotgun, slowly pushing out home to get the kill, as they just push their way around now, rotating from a B-side threat into A in the hope of getting the kill. And
I think you just hope that you're not against Tian. I think whenever you push up any one of these lanes, you're just hoping you haven't happened to stray into the sights of that operator, because you know that is the worst case scenario. We have got Henlo trying to make the defense here. Nice use of the dark cover. Well, but good jump across. Lux and Tian just walk in and walk away with the victory there. This is John. Can't get up to the window into, oh, rather out of heaven, but Scrox is there. Nice use of shotgun at very, very close range. Does at least salvage something. Immediate change across to the Phantom, and the healing as well means a second comes in, and this is at least something back for the Dis's army.
Yep. And Scrox is on the 4K. Can it be the ace? Getting the pick up, changing weapons, and oh, I was wondering if that was going to be the ace there as they forced to push up the funnel. And Enero managed to get it. Henlo is now there, the dangerous player he is. Plots round, but pistol versus Phantom, not much you can do. As Enero tries to escape the radius of the spike, but it luckily doesn't need to. But that was an amazing play.
Enero with just such a clutch player for the squad. It's a little bit disappointing, I think, to not be there quite in time for the disarm, but still, it helps hit Dis's army, you know, in the back balance. We can see, you know, you compare between the two teams, it's nearly 5,000 credits across the board for Condemn. For Dis's army, you've got Koro, who's literally got 0 credits left.
Revealing area.
Yep. And with that fight, while it was a 4K, they can still fully afford to come out on top with max gear and all their abilities up. So that really puts them at a massive advantage, econ-wise, as the Owl drone goes out, trying to catch sights, marking TM with that deadly operator. Hopefully, if you're rooting for Dis's army, they'll be able to catch it out as Scrox, the MVP from last round with a 4K, is holding A.
Damn.
But not much you can do.
This is John with some beautiful Hunter's Fury work. Danny Trueland, just to answer whether this was hosted, this is all hosted by on the Challenger Mode website. But it's this whole thing itself is being done as part of the Allied Esports larger event. As this John picks up Tian, And this is looking suddenly like we might have a full run here for Condemn. Sorry, coming towards the end of the game.
Yeah, so Condemned is sat on 11, but behind, but not too far behind. This is Army can pull this back. It's a 3-round difference, and I've seen it be dragged back from much, much worse. So if they can just manage to bring down some of these real big hitters, they can potentially win. You know, because if you look through the scores, 14, 14, 14, 10, 10, they can bring down just some of those. If those 14s can bring down to 20, they can potentially get some kills. I know that just made 0 sense, but let's go over that again. If they can bring down TN with that deadly operator, they can potentially hold it off because they're equal. Their top 3 are equal to the rest of the opposing team, and they can potentially hold it at the same level. But with that deadly operator out there in the hands of TN, they have to really hope for some good luck to bring her down.
It's tough times, even if Disses can throw out a few surprises. Scrox definitely feels like the player for the Disses squad who's really kind of come up and surprised us in the late going, as we do have the swarming onto the B point with the spike in tow. We are going to be seeing Yannick come back in with the showstopper, but doesn't find anything. Going through the smoke, desperate to try and find the hit. Yannick does grab one, but immediately takes a face full of operator. Tian is there, and as you said before, will not hesitate for a second, even at incredibly close range.
Yeah, this is John managing to take down 2 players and put some hits onto Tian as they make their sprint into A, hoping for the best. This is John has no idea where they are, coming and firing, looking around, hoping to catch them out, and knows now that they've gone around onto A. So as he pushes his way up, blind firing around corners, hoping to catch someone out as he pushes in, but Tian is watching like a hawk.
Whoa!
But this is John gets the hit. And
That's
it's 3.
incredible.
But will he spot Ken's up high? No, he won't.
You gotta get that operator back for your deadly sniper, but all credits to John there for the team captain of the Dis is Army, managing to out-snipe Tian when Tian had the operator. That's gonna take some nerve.
Yep. Gotta have Connies of Steel to really do that. To really just face down an operator and outshoot it. My hand would be shaking so hard I'd probably fail to even fire through the archway. So you really have to commend him for that one.
We're relatively far through the tournament at this point. We're not quite up to the quarterfinal stages, I think. But, there's been a lot of teams entering. And at this point, you've committed a serious amount of time into the competition. The whole thing for a chance to get into an even larger competition as Yannick takes out Infinity using the Sheriff and somehow avoids getting sniped out in return.
Yep. And Tian is sitting there on a little bit of health, and Lux to manage to bring them down as they almost got another orbital strike hit on them. As Lux is just pushing through, bringing down top players and just firing through.
Showstopper's ready. Where's it gonna land though? Round the corner, it's blind fired and it doesn't find anyone. The spike is down as Scrox falls, and with them, perhaps the last hopes of Dis's Army for turning around the game.
Yeah, Henlo has to really pull off a big play as he pulls off that teleport fake out. But he doesn't manage to do it as Koro now. 1v2, but that operator.
It's a fitting way to end the match as the ringing of the operator falls across Haven. Oh boy. Condemned, they were looking so rough in the early going, but by the end, it wasn't even looking close.
Yeah, that early game really had you thinking that Dis's Army was going to take it and hold it, but Tian just turning around with the 27, Enero with the 22, just completely dominating those final few rounds. Or not even the final few rounds, but from about the midpoint of the game, just completely holding and staying there. But really, it was a hard-fought victory. Both teams fighting every second and every step of the way to try and get those last few kills.
So, folks in the chat, we will be taking a short break while we try and find another game. This tournament is a very long way from being done, so we'll bring you as many games as we can. We might even get to follow Condemn into the next round. Certainly, they've impressed us right now, and that means they get to stay in the competition. They continue to have the chance to qualify through to that €15,000 qualifier up in the sky. The pie is there for the taking, but we'll see if Condemn and the rest of the squads can do it. We'll be back as soon as we've got our next game.